For years, I thought I was just a tired person. Like, I genuinely believed that waking up exhausted, feeling bloated after every meal, and I'm having a mental clarity of a soggy piece of bread was just my normal. I thought everyone felt this way. I thought this was just adulting. But here's the thing, it wasn't normal. And the moment I figured it out, my entire life changed. Not in a cheesy, dramatic, informational way. I mean, actually change. My energy, my mood, my skin, my confidence. Even my relationships got better. And the crazy part is, it all started in my gut. So, in this video, I'm going to take you through exactly what I did, step by step, to fix my gut health. No supplements to sell you, no crazy diet, just real stuff that actually work. And let's get into it. Okay, so let me paint you a picture of what my life looked like before I figure out any of this out. I was constantly bloated, like wake up flat, eat breakfast, and suddenly 6 months pregnant. I was just I just accepted it. I thought I guess I'm just a bloated person. I was exhausted all the time. Not just I didn't sleep well tired, I'm in deep bone level fatigue. I'd wake up after 8 hours of sleep and feel like I'd run a marathon in my sleep. My moods were all over the place. I'd feel anxious for no reason. I'd have random waves of sadness. I'd get irritated so fast. And I kept blaming myself or my personality, my stress, and my schedule. And the brain fog. Oh my God. The brain fog, I'd be mid sentence and just lost the thought, just completely gone. I felt slow. I felt foggy. I genuinely started wondering if something was wrong with me neurologically. So here's the thing, I went to the doctor multiple times, and every time my blood work would come back normal. And they would say, you seem fine. So I just kept living like that. So 4 years until one day and I fell down a rabbit hole, which honestly, if you're watching this video, you might be in the middle of your own rabbit hole right now and started reading about the health and something click. Here's what nobody tells you about health symptoms. They don't always look like problems. When people think gut issues, they think diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, and yes, those are the real symptoms. But the ones that completely wreck my quality of life were the ones I've never connected to my gut. Let me break this down because I genuinely wish someone had told me this sooner. Number 1 is chronic bloating. That was biggest one. If you bloat after every meal, not just when you overeat, that's actually a sign. A healthy gut shouldn't turn a bowl of oatmeal into a balloon situation. That bloating was my gut telling me something was off. Number 2, fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. About 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. Your gut also plays a massive role in how well you absorb nutrients. If your gut is inflamed or your microbiome is imbalanced, you can eat all the right things and still be running on empty stomach, and because you're not actually absorbing what you're eating. That was me. Number 3, mood swings, anxiety, and low mood. This one blew my mind when I learned it. About 90% of your serotonin, the feeling good neurotransmitter, is produced in your gut, not your brain, your gut. So when my gut is mess, my mental health was a mess too. They're directly connected. So number 4, brain fog. When your gut is inflamed, that inflammation can literally travel to your brain. It's called neuroinflammation. The gut brain axis is a real two-way communication highway. My foggy brain was my inflaming gut talking. Number five, skin issues. I had randomly breakouts that I could never figure out. Turns out, skin issues, acne, dark spots, that is often God's way of detoxing when it can't do it internally. So, skin a secondary elimination organ. I was sitting with all of these symptoms and connecting none of them to my gut. If you're nodding right now, keep watching because the next part is for you. Okay, this is the part I know you're actually here for. The five things I changed that genuinely, measurably transform my gut and by extension, my life. So, and I want to be real with you, none of these are quick fixes. They are habits, but the results are so worth it. Before I started adding anything new, I had to stop pouring gasoline on the fire. For me, the biggest culprits were ultra processed foods, refined sugar, and alcohol. Not forever, but I did a 30-day reset where I cut them all completely. Ultra processed food is full of emulsifiers and additives that literally break down your gut lining. Sugar feeds that bad bacteria in your gut, and alcohol, it kills off your good gut bacteria like crazy. Within 2 weeks of cutting this out, my bloating dropped by 60%, and I didn't change anything else. Just remove all the worst offenders. And now I'm not saying you can never eat a cookie again. But if you're eating processed food daily, that's probably the first thing to look at. Your gut microbiome is literally a community of trillions of bacteria living inside you. And like any community, it needs to be fed. The thing that feeds good gut bacteria is fiber specifically. So something called prebiotic fiber. Think garlic, onions, or leeks, asparagus, bananas, oats are the I started trying to get 30 different plant foods per week into my diet. This sounds like a lot, but herbs, spices, and different types of the same vegetable all count. So 30 plants per week is associated with significantly more diverse microbiome, and diversity is the key to a healthy gut. I also added fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, plain kefir, and Greek yogurt. These are full of live bacteria that directly add to your microbiome. Within a month of eating this way, my digestion was smoother, my bloating was almost gone, and I started sleeping deeper. So this one surprised me because I thought gut was just purely about food. But the gut-brain axis goes both ways. Chronic stress causes your body to produce cortisol when disrupts your gut lining and reduces digestive enzyme production and slows motility, meaning food sits in your gut longer and ferments. Basically, stress makes you bloated and constipated and also inflamed. So I started doing two things. First, I stopped eating when I was stressed or rushing. I know that sounds too simple, but eating in a parasympathetic state, calm, seated, scrolling my phone, or not scrolling my phone, and genuinely changed how I digested food. And second, I added 10 minutes of breath work or meditation in the morning. So not because I'm suddenly a wellness influencer, just because it was the only thing that consistently lowered my baseline stress. So I was the person who thought 5 to 6 hours was fine. And I was wrong. Your gut does the majority of its repair and microbiome regulation while you sleep. So consistently poor sleep is one of the fastest ways to tank your gut diversity. So I started protecting my sleep like it was my job. No screens an hour before bed. Same bedtime every night. Cool and in a dark room. So 2 weeks in, I woke up with more energy than I'd felt in years. And my gut symptoms, the morning bloating, the sluggish digestion almost disappeared. So sleep isn't a lifestyle luxury. For your gut is maintenance. And I started moving my body every single day. Not intense workout, just movement. So exercise increases gut motility, basically how fast food moves through your digestive system. So it also directly increases the diversity of your gut bacteria. So studies have shown that people who exercise regularly have measurably different and healthier microbiomes and sedentary people. So I started with 20 to 30 minutes walks after dinner. That's it, just walking. So it helped with bloating almost immediately. Movement after meals speeds up digestion. And over time, it contributed to the overall gut healing in a way I didn't expect. So you don't need a gym membership, you just need to move. How fixing my gut changed my entire life. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the part that nobody really warns you about. So what happens after you fix your gut? Because honestly, I expected to feel better physically. I did not expect my whole life to shift and my energy completely transformed. I used to need 2 cups of coffee just to feel human. Now I wake up and I actually feel rested. I have energy in the afternoons. I'm not crashing at 3 p.m. That alone changed the trajectory of my entire day. Every day. So my mood stabilized in a way I can't fully explain. And that random waves of anxiety that I just accepted as a part of my personality mostly gone. So the irritability gone and I feel more even and more grounded. My brain fog lifted. I feel sharper. I can focus longer. I can hold conversations without losing my train of thought. This was the unexpected one that made me emotional because I had quietly started worrying that something was really wrong with my brain. Turns out, my brain was just dealing with a very unhappy gut. So, my skin also cleared up. That random hormonal looking breakouts I had for years is already gone. Once my gums stopped being inflamed, my skin stopped being the escape route for that inflammation. I still get breakouts sometime. I'm not gonna lie, but of course, compared where I was before, completely a different story. Honestly, my confidence changed. When you feel good in your body, when you're not bloated and exhausted and foggy, you show up differently. You talk differently and you move through the world differently. So I say all of this not to be dramatic. I say it because I genuinely thought this was just how I was wired, and it wasn't. My body was asking for help in the only language it had. So if you're sitting here watching this and recognizing yourself in what I describe, that constantly bloating, the fatigue that doesn't go away, and the mood swings, the brain fog, I want you to hear this. You are not just a tired person. You are not broken. You are not traumatic. Your body is communicating with you. And the good news is it responds really fast when you actually start listening. You don't have to exhaul your entire life overnight. Pack one thing that this video and start there. For me, it was cutting out the ultra processed food first. For you, it might be adding a daily walk or eating more fiber, or just going to sleep an hour earlier. So small changes compound. Your gut can start healing in as little as a few weeks when you give it what it needs. So if you found this helpful, please give this video a like. It genuinely helps more people find it who might really need it. And if you want me to go more deeper on any kind of these topics, like a full gut reset meal plan, or just the specific fermented foods I eat, or how I manage stress, let me know in the comment section. I'll make that video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. I talked about health, energy, and actually feeling good in your body in a way that real and double. And I'll see you in the next one.